Lead by 13.
Okay, welcome back. This is another episode of MPX Game Talk. That is the best of Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox. That's what we talk about here. And today, we are going to be talking about some Mario Day announcements. We're going to be talking about a video game that was released 30 plus years after the release of the movie. It's getting a proper actual video game, so we'll talk about that. We'll also talk about some Tony Hawk games. That's a game that's coming to us, and we'll also have our list of the best Mario games. And we're going to kick things off with Blaze. What are you playing? I'm Rage, by the way.
Yeah, and I'm Blaze.
Blaze, what are you playing?
What am I playing? Well, you know, I started playing just today. I decided to start giving it a shot, right? And I started playing Super Mario Land on the Game Boy. Have you ever played Super Mario Land on the Game Boy?
I not only played it on the Game Boy, but when it got put on the Switch Virtual Console or an NSO, I played it again, and I've already played that, and I also played Mario Land 2, the 6 golden coins. I went ahead and played that as well after they put it on NSO. And I even I don't know if I finished it, but I even started playing Mario Land that is on there. But I don't think I've finished that one yet. But yeah, as soon as this got on there, I had to jump and play this one because it is so unique. I mean, as you can see in this video, it's very Mario, but the enemies are a little different in this one.
A bunch of new ones. I know I played a level where you're in like a pyramid and you face off against Sphinx. One weird thing was when you jump on the turtles, they blow up for some reason. You have the flower power. You can only shoot one at a time, and it bounces everywhere, and you have to wait till it's done bouncing. The boss is different. You know, I've only played through World 1 through 1-3, and like the ending's different. There's no flag. It's this. That level.
Yeah, it's the higher platform gets you into like a bonus stage, I believe, right?
I believe I never went to the bottom platform actually. So
well, I think the bottom platform you just move on to the next level. The top one you get that little bonus game. Another thing about this game that's very unique is Mario flies in like a spaceship that shoots bullets.
I haven't got there yet.
Yeah, later in the game you will have Mario flying in like a spacecraft or something. You'll have levels that are like that, and it's just so unique. I remember having this on the original Game Boy and thinking this was such a unique, cool little experience for a Mario fan, and it was just so different and unique, but still very similar. If that makes sense, you know, having the fireballs bounce. I'm surprised. It is weird, but I'm surprised they've never like done that again in future Mario games.
They just bounce differently in the Game Boy one. I'm curious how different 2 is going to be. But yeah, I decided to give it a try today, and I I tried and I got to the first boss and beat it. I've also been going through Mario 3, but we may be talking about Mario 3 later, so I figured I'd throw this one out there because we kind of stuck with Mario games that we're playing. So I did start playing this today, and I was just blown away how different this is.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is when you play 6 Golden Coins, it's so much more like polished and better. I don't want to say better because I really, really, really like this game. I just want to make that very clear that I like this game. But 6 Golden Coins feels more like your console versions, I guess is the best way to say it. But this was a very unique, wonderful game in the Mario lore.
And also, this is the first experience of
game.
Daisy, apparently. When I got to the first beat the first level, they mentioned Daisy's name. Okay,
I don't remember that, but yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I beat the first level or beat the first boss, and yeah, at the end it was like something about Daisy, and then she gets taken away or something. So this is where Daisy comes from, and I didn't realize that.
So what you're saying is Mario's a two-timer, so when he's on the consoles, he's saving Peach. But when he's on his handheld adventures on, portable, where he could go anywhere, he's easy, I suppose.
Sorry. I just realized that when he shot the fireball, it actually grabs the coins as it's bouncing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can collect those coins. Well, yeah, because look, there's like this spot right here. You can't get underneath there. It's not like he has like a slide feature or a duck feature, but that's how you get those coins is you use the fireballs.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is great. I'm kind of glad you didn't tell me that this was what you're playing because this is cool. I'm glad you found this game because I remember playing this on my Game Boy. And like I said, I just played it recently when they added added it to the NSO, and it's a wonderful game, absolutely wonderful.
I was shocked. It's just impressed how different it is. And there's Daisy right there. Thank you, Mario. Oh, Daisy, and then she changes into an enemy. So. Yeah, this must have been the first. You know what? This whole time, I never knew where Daisy came from. I knew that I've seen her from the Mario Kart, stuff like that. You've seen Daisy here and there in some of the party games, sports games and stuff. I had no idea where she was from. I didn't know she was from the Game Boy version.
Yeah, I guess I just overlooked that little situation, but that's really cool. Like I said, this is a great game.
But yeah, that's what I'm playing.
Cool. So me, on the other hand, I'm more playing more modern Mario game. I have been playing through Mario and Luigi Brothership, and I'm about 10 hours in right now, and I love this game. It got a lot of flack in the reviews and stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's like it kind of really reminds me of your Mario RPG and some of your Paper Mario games. Definitely with the way the fighting system is, which is really cool because you control Mario with A and Luigi with B. So I really like the way that the buttons are. How it took me a few battles to really kind of get the hang of controlling them because they'll attack one of the brothers and if you hit the wrong button, you're not going to be able to dodge the attacks and all that. But this game got a lot of flack with reviews and everything. I think IGN gave it like a 5 out of 10. And don't get me wrong, if you're going to play a Mario RPG game, I am sure if you're going to play a Mario RPG game, this is not the cream of the crop. It's not the best of the Mario RPG games. But it is fun. I'm really having a good time. I will say that I kind of miss, like in Mario RPG, you get multiple party members to fight different
Yeah.
styles and everything. You don't get that in this, so or at least I'm 10 hours in. I doubt you get that with this. The whole gimmick here seems to be you're Mario and Luigi, so you're not going to be using like the one of the characters in the game's named Connie that you kind of befriend. Connie has never joined you in a battle, but Connie will follow you around while you're doing certain things, but she's never joined us in a battle. So it's just like I said, if you are into that type of Mario RPG game, you're gonna love this. So don't listen to the reviews. Play this game for the sheer fun of it. And I love the art style. Look at the cell shading art style.
I'm liking the battles, like the way they team up and do stuff. I actually tried. I could have thrown that on there too, but I decided to go with the Game Boy Mario. But I actually tried the Game Boy Advance Mario Luigi, the original Mario Luigi Brothership or whatever. And it's got a similar play style to this, except for the team ups aren't nearly as cool as I've seen in this one.
This is definitely not a new franchise. This is something that has been on portable systems for years. I've just never found one of these games and played it. Not that I didn't know about it. I didn't play a lot of portable games. Obviously, I love my Switch. I had a DS, I had a 3DS, I had Game Boy Advance. But there were certain games I bought and played. I didn't buy every game that came out, if that makes sense. So like I remember on the DS, New Super Mario Brothers came out. I was obsessed with playing that. I played it. And there was other games. Game Boy Advance, I remember playing Golden Sun, and it was just an amazing RPG. Absolutely loved that. But yeah, there was just certain games that just eluded me, and this was one of them. I kind of regret that I never played these when I had the hardware to play these, and I just, for whatever reason, never picked them up. But now I really, really hope. I know they have, I think, the first one, which is the one you tried out on Game Boy Advance, right? On the NSO?
Yeah, I believe it is the first, yes.
Yeah, they have that on Game Boy Advance. I'm really, really hoping April 2nd's coming up, and I really, really hope that April 2nd we get the announcement that they're going to expand the NSO once the Switch 2 comes out, and I would love to see DS, 3DS support on the, and I would love to see them add the rest of these Mario and Luigi games, because after playing through Brothership, which, like I said, I'm not finished with it, but after playing with it for a little while, I really, really like it, and I really, really hope the rest of them get on there. I'll definitely be checking out the Game Boy Advance one, but obviously I'm gonna play through this first, and but I would definitely like to check out the Game Boy Advance one, because this one I'm having a blast in it. So if you're somebody that read the reviews, there's these partner team up moves too that you do, and you learn them along the game to help you move along the levels. Like that was showing a gap where you kind of like come together and you spin like a top or something in the air. It's pretty cool. But like I said, this game is a blast. If you've read the reviews and it's prevented you from buying this game, I'm telling you, if you like that formula, that RPG formula, don't listen to the reviews. This is a fun, cute game. Like I said, it's not going to be, oh my gosh, this is the best game since Mario RPG. But it's going to fill that hunger of, man, I'd like to play more games like that. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, I know. I tried it because I was, after watching you play this version at your house, I was curious how close the original was to it. And I was surprised. It has a lot of similar mechanics. This seems to have a lot of upgraded team-up moves. But I didn't get very far because I mostly just tried it. I've been playing through Paper Mario, and it's kind of like I want to beat Paper Mario, and then I'll probably go to this game.
Yeah, I completely understand that. You kind of start one game, you kind of want to finish it before you start moving on. My kind of rule of thumb is I'll start one game on each one of my systems, and whatever system I'm playing that day, that's the game I'm kind of focused on, and I try to continue that game. So I kind of have a game that I'm playing on each system, but for the purpose of this show, we just name off one game that we're playing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I've been kind of doing something similar, except for just all of them are on the Switch. I've been playing Mario 3. I've actually beat Mario 1, almost beat Lost Levels. I can't beat the final stage, which just really sucks, but it is it's ridiculous. I beat Mario 2. I'm on Mario 3. I've also been playing A Link to the Past, and what I've been doing is I've been like with Mario, I've been playing World whatever until I get done with it. So, or like with Link to the Past, I finish a dungeon and I go to the next game. So I've been kind of like breaking them up so I'm not just playing the same game all day. So I've been kind of breaking it up with a couple different games. Shining Force is another one, which I might bring that up next week or something. Shining Force is a really cool RPG game I found on the Sega Virtual Console. I almost was going to put it as my game this week, but since we're kind of talking about Mario, I went with that Mario Game Boy game. And I had my reasons not to bring Mario 3, but yeah. So, yeah, this looks like a fun game. I would like to try this someday.
Yeah, like I said, it's a really fun, fills that RPG void. It's just not as big as RPG. It's not as good as some of the Paper Marios, but it is absolute blast. And I love this style of game. I think people would like. I think people would like it better than Origami King. Not that I hated Origami King, but they changed the battle system so much that I prefer this battle system over the whatever that grid. I know you've never played it. There was like this little grid platform that they made, and it was just kind of. I don't know.
I want to get to that.
Kind of got old by the time the game was over.
Well, here's an example. I would have had, we're doing Mario games for our list tonight. I had my son do a list of his favorite, and let me put it to you like this: half of it was Mario Luigi games. He loves this series.
So he's played this. Well, maybe not this, but
I don't know if he's played the new one, but he's played a bunch of the old ones on the DS and all that. He plays a lot of handheld games, and I think the first one was his number one game, and then he had a bunch of these on here. Because there's a bunch of these. I don't know how many altogether, but there's a bunch of these Mario Luigi games, and I think he had almost half of it was Mario Luigi. So, cool. Yeah, these are some of his favorites. All right.
Well, that's what we're playing, and hopefully you guys are playing some good stuff too. And we'll keep bringing these. We play a lot, so.
All right.
All right. So let's go ahead and move on and start our headlines.
Wait.
Okay, so sticking to the Mario theme, so Nintendo has finally started giving us some Mario Day, which is March 10th. So we're less than a week away from Mario Day. They have finally started giving us announcements on what to expect on Mario Day. Obviously, we kind of already broke this news. It was kind of rumored beforehand about the Switch OLED model that comes with Super Mario Wonder Bundle. That is officially for $349.99. And you get a 3-month NSO individual membership included with that package. But that is a Mario Switch OLED. We already talked about that in a previous episode, but it has officially been announced now by Nintendo instead of a rumor. They also offering some discounts on some Mario games. You can get for $39.99 Mario Odyssey. As you can see, I'm wearing the Cappy hat today. Absolutely love Mario Odyssey. It's one of the best Mario games ever. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, Super Mario RPG, Princess Peach Showtime, Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, and you can also get Mario vs. Donkey Kong for $29.99.
And the other ones are all 40.
Yeah, everything was 40 except for the last one is $10 cheaper because Mario vs. Donkey Kong released as a cheaper or less expensive title. It was not a $60 game when it released. I think when I bought that at launch, I think it was 50. I don't think it was 40. I think it was $50. So, but yeah, it was a cheaper, game than the others, and I don't know why it was cheaper. I have loved that game. I mean, I'm glad it was cheaper. I was happy to spend less. But
It was
yeah,
a fun game, but I've already beat it. Beat it at your house.
It was a quick game to beat. I will say that.
Probably was cheaper.
Okay, they also announced that Alarmo starting March 9th, the sound clock Alarmo that was official. It was exclusive. I'm sorry, was the word I was looking for. It was exclusive to NSO members. They could only buy that. Similar to the old virtual console, your Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis controllers for the Switch. You've only been able to buy that through NSO. You can't buy it at retail stores. Starting March 9th, that is going to change for the Alarmos alarm clock. So if you are looking for a Mario themed, or actually it's more Nintendo themed, there's more than just Mario on there. If you're looking for a Nintendo themed alarm clock, there you go. Alarmo will be officially available.
You already have it pre-ordered?
I didn't buy. I could have bought it. I'm an NSO member, so I could have bought it a long time ago. It's like $100 for an alarm clock. So, I mean, if being in the retail stores means it might get discounted and it might have some kind of sale, or if it doesn't sell very well and it clearances out, you best believe I'm going to have one right next to my bed. My wife's going to hit it, but I will have an Alarmo if it drops in price, but I cannot justify paying $100 for an alarm clock when my cell phone does that already.
Fair enough.
I just, and if I want to wake up to Mario noises, I can figure that out on my cell phone too. I don't need an alarm clock, but anyhow, so that's kind of for the hardcore, which I am a hardcore, so I don't know why I don't have it, but like I said,
fair enough.
$100. Maybe if this channel grows enough that Nintendo wants to send me stuff like that, I would gladly put it next to my bed. Okay. They're also doing an epic Super Nintendo World sweepstakes. You can win a trip for 4 to Orlando, Florida to experience all 4 theme parks of Universal Orlando Resort. This obviously includes the all-new Universal Epic Universe featuring Super Nintendo World, which looks freaking amazing. And you kind of got that up before I could get to it, but the next topic, they also announced a partnership with JetBlue, where they now have the Cloud Top Cruiser, which features Mario and friends. Look at that. So now there is a plane in the air with Mario characters all stuck on the side of the plane. How cool is that? So when I take my vacation this summer, instead of driving, I think that's enough to make me fly. Let's see if that flies with my wife.
Yeah. Good luck.
I don't think I've never flown JetBlue. So, but maybe that's the thing I've
what
been.
What brings you to have Mario on the outside, even though you can't see it?
Hey, but I know
the inside is also decorated.
Maybe that's all I needed to get that push to check out JetBlue. So yeah, there's that partnership they announced. So they're kind of going big with Mario Day, and the funny thing is we're still waiting to hear if there's going to be like a presentation on March 10th. Usually always is. There was last year. That's when I think they officially announced the Mario Brothers 2 movie was coming out on Mario Day. That's when they finally announced it was coming out. But, maybe this year we get more information about the movie. Maybe we get a teaser trailer. Maybe we get some kind of cast listing for obviously the characters that wasn't in the original. I would hope the original cast was coming back. But you've got other characters to fill. So who knows? Maybe we'll get information on March 10th. And if they do a video, we will be here to cover it.
Yeah.
And then the last thing they have announced so far, like I said, we're still less than a week away from Mario Day, so there could be more announcements yet. The last thing they've announced is a Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Community Challenge event. So, you can receive up to 310 My Nintendo Platinum points between March 7th and March 17th. Players will join forces to try and finish 1 million combined laps in the game. Even if you participate in just one lap, you will be eligible to receive the platinum points if players worldwide combined meets the goal. So you can get online and get the tournament code and figure that all out. But I think we're going to go ahead and try this. I think that'd be fun. And then maybe talk about our experience after we do this. There's also, I believe, a 14-day free trial membership going on right now. They are trying to get people to try out the NSO, which means that not only are the NSO members going to be doing this, but they're specifically saying that the people with the 14-day free trial, they'll be able to join this Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Community Challenge event as well. So you're going to have potentially a lot of people trying this out. So yeah, definitely check that out. And hey, that gets us all hyped for the new Mario Kart 9X, whatever they call it, for the Switch too. We know there's a new Mario Kart coming. We just don't know full details. We just got that little teaser that they gave us back in January. So yeah, that's all the Mario Day. Oh, one last thing about Mario Day that just happened. They didn't really announce it. It came out on the shelf. Time Magazine has Mario on the cover. So yeah, they've got a special edition, Time Magazine, celebrating 40 years of Mario. So if you're at the store, check that out. I'm sure it's going to be right there in the grocery store. You can probably pick it up while you're waiting to cash out on your groceries. But yeah, so he is on the cover of Time Magazine. So that's, I think, all the Mario information we got now. And then we've got a Mario list, and we'll tackle that here in a little bit. Other news we'd like to bring out is after 30-some years, the movie came out in 1991. It's, in my opinion, one of the greatest action movies of all time, and that is Terminator 2. They are coming out with a side-scrolling game on September 5th, Terminator 2D No Fate. This game looks awesome. It looks like the game we would have wanted back in the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis days. But yeah, they are coming out with a Terminator 2D No Fate in September. I can't wait to play this one. I mean, it looks awesome. So what are we talking, 34 years since the original movie came out and we're getting this game?
Yeah, pretty close.
So you got any trailer for us? Or?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Okay.
All right, here it is. Sorry, I was in the process and you went a little too fast.
Okay.
But here is, this is actually not a trailer. It is a...
No, this is fine. I haven't seen this. I've only seen the trailer.
Comparison between the original. This is a remake. This is a comparison between the original on Nintendo and this new one.
Oh, okay.
Because yeah, this is a remake. You can see kind of the. Actually, we're gonna go a little farther back. Like here is racing part of it, kind of.
Okay, yeah, and that's where, he's trying to save John Connor. Actually, I'm pretty sure John Connor's actually on the back of the bike with him, right?
And there's the new version.
Oh, no, he isn't. He puts him on the bike with him. Okay, there you go. Yeah, that looks awesome.
Yeah. That's way a huge. I mean, this is literally an overhaul. It's not just like a reskin. Like they overhaul the entire game. Here's the same scene here. You're playing as Sarah. Oh, there she dies. So yeah, that's a comparison video I thought was kind of cool. We could show the trailer, but I thought this would be kind of cool to show.
No, this is really cool. I haven't seen this. I've only seen the trailer, but man, this game looks awesome. I can't wait. I can't wait to play this one. I love Terminator. I think it's, like I said, Terminator 2, I think it's one of the greatest action movies of all time.
It's a great movie. It really is.
It's kind of a shame that just the rest of the Terminator movies since just hasn't been able to capture that greatness. I've enjoyed all of them, but I just, they've never gotten as good as that movie. So it's just awesome to see that we're getting a game to celebrate how good that movie is. It's kind of odd. 34 years later, it's like not even like a normal anniversary. It's just kind of like, hey, we just decided to make a Terminator. You know what I mean? So, but hey, yeah. I'll take it. It's awesome. And sticking with the remake announcements, we have Tony Hawk 3+4, July 7th, coming to Game Pass. Remastered version of Tony Hawk 3 and 4. A few years ago, we got Tony Hawk Remastered 1 and 2, and I played that, and it was amazing. I loved it. It kept the true spirit and feeling of the game, just modernized the graphics. Obviously 3 and 4 are going to do, it's going to do the exact same thing. Yeah, I can't wait to play this. I love the Tony Hawk games. I love that the music is coming back is pretty much the same. I recognize that song in that trailer. I remember hearing that while playing the game all the time.
Motorhead Ace of Spades.
Yep.
I'm very familiar with that song.
But yeah, these were always some great games, and I don't know. This is the second remastered that we're receiving after getting Tony Hawk 1 and 2. I'm guessing if these do good, maybe we get a brand new Tony Hawk game instead of a remaster. Who knows? I can only imagine that's kind of what this is leading to. Or maybe they're just trying to remaster all the old Tony Hawk games. I guess next would be probably Underground, I think. I'm trying to remember what some of the Tony Hawk games were after 3 and 4. But yeah, it just seems like they're just remastering these games. I kind of like that they're doing it in combo packs, so they're kind of getting through them a little faster. Like you're not rebuying every single one of them, 1 through 4. You know what I mean? Like you're getting 1 and 2 together. Now you're getting 3 and 4 together. And I think I saw in the trailer like this, I think there's some new tracks. So there is a little bit of newness to this. So it's not just exactly straight up remaster. They did add more content. I was looking at it on my Xbox earlier, and there's like a deluxe package that comes with extra stuff, which I'm not a huge fan of. I kind of feel like you buy the game, you get everything, but that's not the way the world works anymore. I'm a grumpy old man, I guess. But you got your deluxe package that adds stuff to it. Probably some kind of skaters or skins or whatever. But yeah, I was a huge fan of the Tony Hawk games. I'm just definitely welcoming of more Tony Hawk games. I bought 1 and 2 remastered. It doesn't even sound like I have to buy 3 and 4. Really, it's going to be on Game Pass. So I'll definitely be
Game
playing
One,
that.
Game Pass game.
Yeah, so
So I
that's
might
kind of
actually play it. I didn't ever play the 1 and 2.
yeah. 1 and 2 was great. I mean, it played just like the originals, and it was just modernized and just polished, and it was a great experience. I remember having a blast with those games, and you know, I love the idea of just not just skating around, but collecting the skate letters and all
Oh
the
yeah.
extra things that you had to do to officially 100% each level. I really like that. It gave you something to thrive every time you started skating. It wasn't just a basic, hey, I'm just going down and skating and that's it and trying to get a high score. There was a little bit more to it. And I really enjoyed that. And I love those games. Those games are so fun. So our last headline of the day is Analog 4K 64 is coming out. It's $249 pre-order start October 21st at 11 a.m. Eastern. Tell us a little bit about this. Is basically you can play your old 64 cartridges in 4K now?
Yeah, if you have the old cartridges, it hooks up and you can hook it up to your TV with 4K new technology. But yeah, it's essentially kind of like those minis, but instead of the minis where it was just the look, and then you just had a bunch of the old games on it, you can literally play your old 64 games. So if you have those packed away, dust those off, and you can play 64 games. Now, here's my question. Do you think they're going to start selling 64 games in the stores now for this? Will
No,
they come up?
this isn't being released by Nintendo, so no, I don't think this is going to be something for people like they already have systems like this out there for other game systems. You can buy uh, newer that hooked up to HDMI, like that they play the Nintendo cartridges, the Super Nintendo cartridge, Sega, so on and so forth. So I just think this is somebody coming out with a 4K version that can play 64, just kind of modernize those cartridges. Uh, but yeah, I mean, this is really cool. I don't see myself picking one up. Like I said, I have an SO, so I'll play the games on there. I have a Nintendo 64.
So do
I
I.
I guess if I ever wanted to play it in 4K and see it in better resolution, but I don't know. Part of the fun of those old games is playing them as they can, kind of going back and remembering how they were. Uh, but hey, this is cool, modernizing. But yeah, this is not an officially Nintendo sanctioned thing, so I do not imagine seeing 64 cartridges at the store anytime soon.
Fair enough.
Unless Nintendo officially releases like something like this. And if Nintendo had something in the works, they would have shut this down a long time ago. Their lawyers would have been all over this. Um, so yeah, it's like I said, it's from you said it was the Analog company making this.
They said, yeah.
Never even heard of them. So, but yeah, if you want to play your 64 games in 4K, looks like it takes the old 64 controllers as well. I'm seeing that you got your 4-player 64. Although I'm seeing a wireless, almost like a Switch Pro. That's not a Switch Pro. I see it's like a wireless controller that's designed kind of like a 64 button layout, but I don't see the analog in the middle, so I don't see two analogs at
That's
all.
weird. Well, then you might
I'm
as well
guessing
just
that I'm guessing that's the controller it comes with. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I would much prefer to hook up my old Atomic Purple controller and go at it.
I wonder
Okay,
if they allow you to use your old controllers.
well,
I
yeah,
still have some old
the
ones.
the hookups are right there.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like it's designed to use the old controllers, but it looks like they're giving you a wireless controller, kind of just packaged in with this for $249.99. So it looks like it comes with a new controller for you to use.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So that's what it appears to be here. Okay, so that is going to do it for our headlines. We are going to move on to ranking our top Mario games.
All right. I could listen to that jingle all day.
I love it.
Punch
Okay,
out.
so number 5 on our top Mario game list is the original game, the one that really got the ball rolling. I know this wasn't his first appearance, but this is the game that really started his, skyrocket to fame. And this was the Super Mario Brothers game on the NES. This game is such a classic. I've beat it a million times. I've got to the point where I can beat it in less than 10 minutes. I'm sure there's people who
You
can beat it in less than 5 minutes. But yeah, I mean, yeah, if you warp, I mean, I've sat around and I've beat it 1 through 8, and I've beat it with the warp pipe. I just love playing this game. I really loved it when they came out with the Mario 35 and they made it competitive with other NSO members. Nintendo, bring that back. It's been, they took that off the NSO, but absolutely love this game. It is a classic, and I could play it over and over and over again.
Yeah, this is probably one of my least favorites, actually. Don't hate me. Commercial. One of the bad parts about doing these off of YouTube is there's pre-commercials. But anyways, yeah, this is probably my least favorite, only because I mean I appreciate where it started, but it's just not. The other ones are better. I had Super Mario Brothers 2 on my list over this. I actually love 2. I know a lot of people aren't as big on 2, but I really enjoy 2. It won't be on this list, though.
It will not be on this list. I like 2 for what it is, but it is definitely one of the weaker of the Mario franchises. But it's not really a true Mario game, so that's kind of the problem with 2. It is a fun game. It's just
became a true Mario game.
You know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying, and you're wrong.
Okay, so number 4 on this list is our first 3D Mario, our first jump into 3D Mario, and that is Super Mario 64. This game completely changed gaming. I mean, it was huge. It created a new style of platforming for the 3D era that was copied by so many others. Without Mario 64, you don't have Banjo Kazooie, you don't have Conker's Bad Fur Day, you probably don't have Crash Bandicoot, to be honest with you. You don't have Spyro, you don't have, the list goes on. You definitely don't have Astrobot, that was Game of the Year last year. Mario 64 was such a great pioneer, and it's still great and playable today. And that's what I love about Mario 64 is it's a game I can still go back to and try to collect all the stars and have a blast doing it. Any chance I always get this itch certain times where I'm like, I'm gonna play through the Mario games. And I love when I get to this one. I absolutely love Mario 64. It is a classic through and through.
This is the first of the 3D games. I'm not as big on the Mario. I prefer my 2D ones, but it is still a fun game. I enjoy this a lot. I know you're way more big on it. Maybe I'll feel differently. I'm gonna replay this game soon, so maybe my opinion on it will change a bit once I start playing it. But I haven't played it since it came out on the 64, and when it came out on the 64, it was a lot of fun. So, Yeah, I don't really have a lot to say on 60 or 64 other than this is where Mario changed.
Yeah, and on my list, I actually on my personal list, I had Odyssey higher, but unfortunately, because of your feelings, this kind of got dropped down, or this got pushed up, and Odyssey got pushed out. But
Well, it's
if
not
we
so
didn't
much my
with
feelings. I've never played Odyssey. So
yeah,
it
and I
was on my
understand that, but I'm telling you, Mario 64 started it. Odyssey perfected it. It is such an amazing game. Um, So yeah, I mean, like I said, but we wouldn't have an Odyssey without Mario 64. There's so many other games that, like I said, you would not have if it wasn't for this game. And their first jump into 3D was perfect. It was such a perfect game. It's such a classic. It's still playable today. Um, I love this game. So let's go ahead and move on to number 3.
All right. The next one, number 3, is Super Mario RPG, which I am getting up now. Here we are. This was my number 1 on my list. I absolutely love Mario RPG. It is one of my favorite RPGs of all time, and definitely one of my favorite Mario games of all time. It's
Yeah,
just
this one's
very
amazing. But it wasn't even made by Nintendo. That's kind of the crazy thing. I mean, it was partnered with Nintendo, but the same people that brought us all the Final Fantasies brought us Mario RPG. It's so amazing.
which explains why it's so good. I love me some Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
But it is a very fun game. It's a very unique game. It has characters that never show up again. But
yeah. That's kind of the unfortunate thing about that is they never really revisit any of these other characters. Um, but like Mallow and everybody in this. But yeah, it was such a great game. And then when they remastered it recently, last year, I think it was, they came out with a remastered. It was just as good and polished, and it was such a great. I played through that one as well.
I
I
can't
love it.
wait to play that
I love
one.
it. I love this game.
Yeah. It's on here mainly because it's my number 1 game.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it is a fantastic game. Um, but yeah, it's just one of them games that I can't believe it exists. It's
It is really weird.
I mean, you have a game like this, and then in one of our previous episodes, we talked about Mario and Rabbids. It's not even made by Nintendo either; it's made by Ubisoft, and it's just kind of crazy to me that these games exist and they're so fun. They're so great. Like I said, Mario RPG was just a amazing game that we had at the time, and it's just such a great RPG. And then you get to do it with all with the Mario characters, and then they added obviously their own new world and new characters that came along with it. And I love the battle system. The battle system to me is what made this game head and shoulders above most RPGs that I still love. But it just, to me, the battle system was like just perfect. I
Yeah.
just, I loved it.
I'm glad you brought up the battle system because that is actually one of the reasons I do love Mario RPG so much. Where, I'm used to playing just regular RPG games, which I love regardless, where you just point, you click, attack, and it happens. This one gave it where you have timed button presses to make your attacks more powerful, which made it made it unique compared to any other RPG out there. So it not only was this a wacky, insane game, but it added a new battle system that RPG had never seen before. And that's one of the reasons I love this game so much.
Yeah, it's definitely a great one. Um, but yeah, if you love RPGs and you love Mario, it's just a perfect marriage.
It is. Absolutely.
Okay, so go ahead and give us our number 2.
Well, our number 2 is Super Mario World. This was, I believe, number 2 on my list, and I believe 3 or 4 on yours. Is that correct?
I'd have to go back to my list. Yeah, it was in my top 5. I believe this is a really a perfect Mario adventure. I love this game. Um, honestly, it built on what Mario 3 did and just expanded and made it bigger and better. I love the power ups in this. I love the characters and it's just the secret exits out of some of the levels and everything. It's just such a good game. I remember going to, I believe it was Sears, and seeing this for the first time with the Super Nintendo demo.
I
You know,
remember that too, actually.
a lot of times these back in our day, a lot of times you would have the TV set up with the new systems that were coming out. I mean, I know I've talked about Madden with the PlayStation 2, seeing that for the first time at a GameStop in the mall. I had that same experience with Super Mario World. They had it playing on a Super Nintendo, and I never had played a Super Nintendo before. And I thought, this is something amazing. I love this. It just felt so new and upgraded and modern from what we played on the Nintendo. And it just it just moved Mario and Nintendo forward. One of the biggest wishes I wish in gaming history is that they made a true Super Mario World 2 instead of Yoshi's Island. But we
Yeah,
never
that should
got
have been
that.
more. That should have been more of a spin-off game than an actual sequel.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like some of the Yoshi games, but I'm just surprised we never got a true Super Mario World 2, which, like I said, technically we did. But you understand what I'm saying. Like it,
Oh, I know exactly what you're saying. I never was big on Yoshi's Island. I'm gonna try to replay it and see how I feel about it nowadays. But I remember being super disappointed with that because yeah, we wanted a new Super Mario World, and instead we get Super Mario World 2, and Mario's a freaking baby and being taken care of by a dinosaur that doesn't talk. Not that
yeah,
Mario does a lot of talking either, but you know.
I'll tell you what, the baby crying when you lose
Oh
baby
my god.
Mario still keeps me up at night. And to be honest, I forgot to talk about this when we were talking about brothership, but the baby's annoying, don't get me wrong, and I think it's more annoying than this. But the one thing I will say about brothership is when they talk, the gibberish that comes out of their mouth, because obviously there's no real voice acting. There's no,
It's like
there's just,
scrimmage.
yeah, it's like, and it's just kind of making little noises. Um, it's talking about the baby crying kind of reminded me that I wanted to bring up the annoying noises that Mario and Luigi make when they're trying to talk.
Yeah.
But that's just Nintendo's style. Instead, you're not going to get studio recordings of voice actors playing voicing these games. And I was kind of worried that with the Mario movie, and now you have Chris Pratt voicing Mario and actually giving him a voice for longer than 2 seconds. You know,
More than
it,
just it's a me, Mario.
yeah, oh no, and all the different noises he makes. I kind of worried that maybe that would translate into gaming and they would start having him voice more. So far, it hasn't happened. And I just there's something special about Mario not really talking. It's kind of like if Link started blabbing. I think everybody would be just like, "Why is Link talking?" We're so used to Link being the silent hero. Mario is kind of the same way, except in Mario Adventures, you don't get nearly as much talking as you get in a Zelda game, where other characters are talking, but you get what I'm saying here. Like
that seems to
I,
be a staple for. That just seems to be a staple for Nintendo characters in general. I
yeah,
mean, name me a Nintendo character. Does Samus talk in her games?
I
I
don't think
haven't played
so.
it. I haven't
No, I
played
mean I've
any of
played
the new
I've
ones.
played a lot of them. I haven't played Prime since the game. I just bought Remastered. I need to start playing it, but I was trying to get through some other games. I played Prime on GameCube. I don't remember if she ever talks in that. I don't think she ever talked in Super Metroid or Metroid. I just went through and beat those games. I don't remember any talking. But yeah, like yeah, I guess it is kind of a Nintendo thing where
It
their
really
characters
is.
just don't really talk.
It's not like
Everybody,
Donkey Kong talks either. So
yeah. So, but no, Super Mario World is absolutely great. I have such fond memories of this game. But the number one, just in my opinion, it took number one because it literally created the formula of every 2D Mario we have had since. And even though I think Mario World technically is a better game, it's just it expanded and became so much better. Uh, obviously because the Super Nintendo was better than the Nintendo and everything else. But Super Mario Brothers 3 is the greatest Mario game, in my opinion, of all time. It literally perfected the formula of what a Mario game should and can be. I mean, it took the idea of Mario Brothers 1 and just expanded it. It gave it an overworld. Um, I love this game. World 4 is my favorite of any like world in any video game. I love the giant world. I just have so much fun with that. Um, it's just I don't know. I just have such fond memories with Mario Brothers 3, and I think it absolutely is the pioneer and greatest Mario game of all time. It's just a great formula to a game that they keep repeating over and over again. Even if you play Wonder, which is like the newest 2D side scrolling Mario game, you can still see the influence that this game had on Wonder. And they just keep building on this formula. I mean, it's kind of crazy because it's like you would think Mario Brothers, the first one, is so good, you would think that's the formula that they would keep repeating, but it's really not. It's Mario Brothers 3. And every game has just expanded on it. And it's a great formula. And I just love this game. And I don't know, what more can I say about this?
yeah, it was your number one. I believe I had it like four. I believe it was fourth on mine. Uh, I do love this game. I had a lot more better memories. I mean, this is a list. These lists are our personal feelings, our personal opinions. And personally, I have a lot more fond memories of Super Mario World, specifically us getting a Super Nintendo and just playing it, taking turns. I remember doing that with this too, but I Super Mario World just kind of improved on this, in my opinion. So I just had Super Mario World higher because I love Super Mario World. Um, but this is also a great game. Like I said, it was high on both of our list. You had it as your number one. I had it as I believe three. I believe we had it the same because technically these lists were tied, and we did a tiebreaker that gave this one the edge over Mario World. I'm actually playing through this, and I literally just finished Giant World. um, so if you notice, I brought this to not this level, but I brought us to Giant World because you were talking about it. But yeah, I literally just got through Giant World and defeated, was it Lemmy Koopa? The one with the glasses, I believe, is Giant World's boss.
Yeah.
I think it's
I don't remember. I'd have to play through it. I mean, I've played through it a million times, but I don't remember exactly which Koopling was in
Yeah,
at
they
the
don't
end of.
really name them in this one.
But yeah, there you go. There's our list of greatest Mario games of all time. We figured this was an appropriate list, being the fact that Mario Day is literally less than a week away. We hope you guys enjoyed this video. We also hope you will join us again next week. We do not have any official word yet. We don't have a time or anything, but please stay tuned because Mario Day, March 10th, which is Monday of next week, we assume the Nintendo will have something planned for that day. And if there is a presentation, assuming our schedules align, we are going to try to live stream that, just like we tried to do for Pokemon Day, or for the Pokemon Presents. So join us for that on Mario Day. If it's in the morning, we will definitely be live streaming it. If it's in the evening, we might have to, kind of have a delayed reaction. So we'll have to see where that gets scheduled. But until then, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Okay, I've been Rage.
And I'm Blaze.
And this is going to be game over for now.
Press continue for the next adventure.
Yeah, and we hope you join us next time. Thank you for watching.